I bet you haven't heard this side of the story. What is the NSDAP, and how did it rise to power?
So after World War I, Germany was absolutely crushed by the Versailles Treaty, and by 1932, unemployment hit roughly 30%, meaning millions of Germans had no jobs and no hope.
So where exactly did the Austrian painter come into this?
He was born in Austria in 1889, got rejected twice by Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts, lived in poverty and homeless shelters, then served in World War I, and actually earned 2 Iron Crosses for bravery despite being wounded.
That's genuinely remarkable context that nobody ever mentions.
Right, and when Germany lost the war, he blamed the international Jewish interests for the loss of World War I as they sabotaged Germany in response to the Balfour Declaration, a common sentiment among many Germans at the time. Then in 1919, he joined a tiny group called the DAP, which he eventually rebuilt and renamed the NSDAP, which stood for National Sozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei, or National Socialist German Workers' Party.
And what happened when he tried to seize power early?
He launched the Beer Hall Putsch in Munich in 1923. It failed, and he got arrested. But in prison, he wrote Mein Kampf, which laid out his entire ideology and story of personal struggle, German unity, frustration with the Treaty of Versailles, and rejecting both capitalism and communism.
And then the economy changed everything?
Totally, because once he became chancellor in 1933 during the Great Depression, he used the Enabling Act to consolidate power, then absolutely slashed unemployment through massive public works like the Autobahn highway system, which later directly inspired America's interstate highways under Eisenhower in 1956. He also partnered with Ferdinand Porsche to create an affordable people's car, or in German, Volkswagen. He then issued a new currency starting in 1935 to fund the government and launched the Strength Through Joy program, giving workers cheap access to concerts, vacations, and even cruises.
What about actual policies affecting everyday German families?
Home loans were reduced by 25% for every child a family had, meaning 4 kids paid it off entirely. Over 200,000 affordable homes were built, gun laws were actually relaxed for most citizens, and the motto was literally, "No one shall starve or freeze," funding nationwide donations to the poor.
What about the wildlife?
The Austrian painter had a passion for wildlife and the environment, so much so that he was one of the first to put in place wildlife and environmental protection laws. The Autobahn was even designed to go around certain areas to avoid disrupting the environment.
So, he built highways, made cars affordable, and gave people cruise vacations. The fat man would have voted for him just for the cruises. What about Berlin?
Berlin was known as the Babylon of Europe at the time due to the debauchery performed there, such as child brothels and early transgender clinics. The NSDAP was responsible for shutting it all down.
And what about the Rothschilds?
He exiled the international banking family known as the Rothschilds